Hello, what is up, crewmates? In today's video, I decided to do another kind of vlog. I don't know. In the comments, please tell me what it would be called. Anyways, we got some storytelling with Scooby Dooies, so that'll be fun. Um, Lately I've not been recording as much because solely because I haven't been able to be at home for that long because I have been in theater. And this week is Tech Week. And basically, Tech Week is. Um, Everyone says it's so brutal. I think it's brutal, but it's fun brutal. Like, I like theater, so it's fun. And it's literally just like 8 hours of theater. And in bad shoes, that can be pretty painful. But I've learned to tolerate it. And at the end of the tolerating, I can put on my Hey Dudes, and I'm like, oh, you know, like, man, I forgot how nice Hey Dudes are. It gives you a lot more appreciation for your shoes, right? Um, Anyways, why is my nose so shiny? My nose is not supposed to be shiny. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, let's get right into it. So, today, um, in theater, I had a friend of mine, his name's Sammy. He came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry for yelling at you, um, the other day, or something like that." He was like, "Hey, I'm sorry for yelling at you. I was having one of those rough days." And I was like, "You yelled at me?" Cause like my brain, it doesn't work sometimes. So I'm like, "You yelled at me?" I don't remember that. When did you yell at me? And he was like, "It was literally just yesterday." And I was like, next time, maybe apologize during the day that you do it because chances are I'm gonna forget it. Like, thing with me is that I don't really care if it's not that big of a deal. You know, I think that's like a big problem with society, right? People are like, "Oh, oh, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed that this happened to me." And maybe embarrassment is an evolutionary advantage, but I don't really see why it would be. Like, I mean, sure, you would want people to be able to keep you safe. So, wow, my skin looks pale. I realize I'm trying to look at myself and touch myself. I look like white. I look white. I am white, but I look more white. That's probably because I have my monitor. That's literally, I have a file called Illumination after the minions sing Illumination, and it's literally just my Illumination image. And so basically, it's just literally I did a pixel art that's like 16 by 9 and named it Illumination. So yeah, it serves as my light when I don't have a good one. Also, it has colored lighting features. Just get a different color of illumination. No, sorry, you gotta get a different color of illumination. Anyways, I don't know. My skin may be pale because may not be pale because my teeth look white. They're not white. My teeth are not white. They're in fact they're very yellow. I definitely need to brush them more. Anyways, let's get cracking, right? Cracking. Wait, I don't know. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Um, One of my friends, Lathan, he in theater. This is the same day. He was like trying to insult another friend, Porter. And he was joking around. I don't know. It's Lathan. He was joking around saying, uh, he was like insulting Porter, joking around, and I was like, hey, I pulled him aside and I was like, hey, if you want to insult him, call him Egghead. And then Lathan was like, "Hey, Egghead, what's cracking?" Oh man, it was awesome. I was telling my friend, "Hey, oh yeah, tomorrow we have the preview for the rehearsals, so we get to do Grease is the Word all the way to the end of Summer Nights. This is part of the musical, and Grease is the Word is a musical number, and Summer Nights is a musical number, basically. Anyways, we're gonna be doing that, and basically, by the way, I realize I'm looking a lot like to the left. That is because my screen that has my camera is on the left, and it's really distracting because it's got some delay. It's really weird. I don't know. I hope that my audio synced up. Because that would be annoying and ugly. Anyways, I decided to, I'm not going to do robotics next year because I want to do theater, and theater had a lot of, conflict with robotics. So, robotics was from 6 to 8 p.m., and theater was from, like, um, school to 5:30, and then um, sometimes on Wednesdays it would be 6:30. Anyways, basically, you guys, I definitely recommend Weird Al's foil video. I think it's a parody of Royal. I don't know. That's what my brother said, or something. And as you may be able to know, I'm not really one to be in with the times. Like, only like maybe a month ago at the most, I learned about they did surgery on a grape meme. Um, that was like really popular in like the 80s. And um, if I watch a video that's like the most popular music of every year of the 2010s, I should know this stuff. I don't. But then if you play maybe most popular music of the 80s, I'd be like, yeah, 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 you know? Like, I don't know anything about modern culture. In fact, I'm willing to spend $200 on a Walkman. Um, did I tell you guys about my experience in trying to get the Walkman? Basically, I uh, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this. I'm thinking, I want a device that's quality, and that can play cassette tapes, right? So I was like, okay, Sony, they make quality. Sony makes quality. So I was like, okay, I want it to be an '80s model. So I was like, Sony 1980s. It's got to be a Walkman. So I went on this cool. I found this website. First one was like history of the Walkman, and it had like a bunch of history of the Walkman, but no list of Walkmans. Walkmen. I don't know. And so I went to another site. This is the second one. It was like Wikipedia, and I scrolled for a bit, and it was like list of Walkman, and then it had a link list of Walkman. I looked at the list of Walkman, and it really didn't give much information. But what's really funny is that it was literally third time's a charm. So I went to the third website that I found on the internet. By the way, I use Bing, so if those using not Bing, you might not be able to find it as a third one. But, well, I'm wrinkly. Anyways, but you might be able to find it, of course, because it's Walkman Land. I don't know. But it's such a cool website. Even the user interface of the website is meant to look like a Walkman. It's really cool. Yeah. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna get Walkman, right? Let's look at 1980. So I looked at 1980 and I picked out all the Sonys, right? Bookmarked them to my bookmarks tab, right? Into a new folder I called Walkmen, and it was one word, Walkmen, because like what do you call plural Walkman? I don't know. Walkmans, Walkmen. I don't know. Anyways, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get Sony, and I'm gonna get a Walkman, right? Now, I was like, okay, I want this thing to feel sturdy. It may be sturdy, but I want it to feel sturdy. So that means it's got to be made of metal. So I was like, okay, the internal casing has to be made of metal, right? So I took everything that was not the internal casing with metal, and I basically narrowed it down like 50%, probably more. Like we're talking 2/3. Anyways, I did that, and I still had 2/3. I still had 1/3 left. So I was like, okay, okay, okay. What about ones that have a radio? So I took all of them that had a radio, and I put them there, but then I still had like 10. The 10 of them, I had to choose between each one. So I was like, okay, okay, which one has what was the one that I did next? It was which one has I don't know. It was something, but then that narrowed it down. So I still had like five, and so I had to choose between the five. I was like, okay, so this one has all these cool features. It's interesting. This one has all these cool features. It's interesting. This one has all cool features, and it's interesting. But I narrowed it down to two of them. Two of them. One of them was really nice, and the other was really nice, right? Um, it was the two of them. I decided to go with the Sony WM7 F701C, and I was like, okay, I don't care how much this costs, but eventually, once I have the money, I'm going on eBay and I'm gonna buy one. You know how much it cost? $700 in the 80s. Luckily, that price has gone down a bit. Kind of. We're talking $200, $300, $400. If you want to get a nice one from a range of $200 to $400, maybe $500 if you have all it like unsealed in the package, all accessories, you know. Oh, I remember what it was. It was battery life, and some of them didn't make it past 12 hours. So, yeah. The other one, it was cool, but it had really good battery, and actually it surpassed the one that I was looking at, but it didn't pass the cool factor test, you know. But yeah, after like really careful consideration, I chose that one, and it might have been a mistake. But you know what? One day when I see that and I hold it in my hands and be like, this is literally everything I wanted. And yet I'll probably still be disappointed, but then I'd be like, but this is what I wanted at the time. Good memories. Good memories. You know, gotta be the lamest excuse. Anyways, a few days ago, my friend Jenna, she was outside of, she was like in cheer practice or something, and so she was like out in the hallway, so she got to see us perform a bit. It's kind of cool. She was like, "Hey, I saw you performing," and I was like, "Sweet, did you see me?" And she was like, "Yeah, your costume is cool." I don't know. I'm a nerd in the show, so I'm a background actor. I'm a nerd, you know, stereotypical nerd. Just imagine like um, a green plaid button up, some blue jeans. The button up is tucked in. The plaid shirt has like a pocket on this side, and I put a bunch of pencils in there, and I can do the joke, pen, and then they take the pen, and I'm like, pen, and then they take the pen, and I'm like, pen, and then I'm like, pen, and I'm like, pen, and then they're like, where the heck do you get all these pens? And I'm like, pen? I don't know. It's funny because you see, I don't know. Anyways, um, for the another part, I got to wear some dress pants and another different a striped vertically striped t-shirt, and I was like, ooh, that's interesting. it's a blouse. You can tell by the way it was buttoned. It's, you see, it's been there that way since like slavery times, because like um, if you're a woman or a man, it would depend. And you had slaves, they could button up your shirt for you, and it would depend on what side of you they were standing or something like that. Anyways, that was a woman's shirt, but like you really couldn't tell from that far away, and I didn't really care because it looked enough like a man's shirt, you know. Anyways, so I also had a blazer, a black blazer, black dress pants, my uncomfortable $20 Walmart shoes. By the way, if you're getting shoes, don't get $20 ones from Walmart. If you're getting shoes, get Hey Dudes. Hey Dudes, they're really lightweight. Like when I say lightweight, I mean lightweight. Like it feels like you're lifting cardboard with your feet. You know, it's like they're made of cardboard, and apparently they've got good cushion, as I've figured out um, with my prior experiences with $20 Walmart shoes. Anyways, oh, that reminds me. My mom, she's always had foot problems, and she goes to work, and she really doesn't have. She's a nurse, so she like usually walks around a lot. So she like takes the stuff, and you know, it takes a toll on her feet. And so basically, she was like, okay, I'm gonna get this foot pad thingy to put in my shoe. It's called insole, maybe? I don't know. Whatever it's called. She got one of those, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna get this. Apparently, it's got magical healing abilities using magnets. And I'm like, magnets? What's that gonna do? Rip out your, setting screws if you got a broken foot? And she was like, no, it's supposed to heal your feet. And I'm like, cool. I'm gonna get a blood clot because it's sucking all the iron out of your blood. And she was like, but it works, it works. I've done the research. And I'm like, what harm could come from it? I mean, placebo is probably what it is. Probably works if it's placebo. I don't know. Anyways, I think that's about time for me to be done. And so, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. But until then, Godspeed, crewmates. Have a great time.